Hello guys, meet again with Queen MMA. Santos Saúl Barragán, or better known as Canelo Alvarez or Saul Alvarez, is a Mexican professional boxer. In the course of his career, he has broken several records that have earned him many fans. Canelo is a champion in all three classes, and he has earned titles from Ring magazine since 2020. Canelo is widely called the king of world boxing, and has been named the #1 boxer for pound by various sources, including BoxRec, The Ring, the Boxing Writers Association of America, as well as by ESPN. Canelo Alvarez has just one loss to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Canelo Alvarez's current record is 57-1-2, and has made a record 39 knockout or technical knockouts wins. However, from his 39 knockout victories, Queen MMA will present 5 the best knockout or technical knockout wins owned by Canelo Alvarez. But before we continue, don't forget to press the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss updates from Queen MMA. And here are Canelo Alvarez's top 5 knockout wins. 5. Versus Carlos Manuel Baldomir. 12 years ago, where today is 2022, Canelo Alvarez fought under the main card Sugar Shane Mosley vs Sergio Mora. At that time the world of MMA was stealing the limelight and the fans seemed to have forgotten about boxing. And the main card, Sugar Shane Mosley vs Sergio Mora, is certainly not as attractive as Manny Pacquiao vs Floyd Mayweather. But in the world of boxing, their fights have a lot of storylines that keep people interested. One of them is the Canelo Alvarez vs Carlos Baldomir. Canelo was 20 at the time, and he was facing a veteran former welterweight champion, Carlos Baldomir. Baldomir, who at that time might be 39 years old, and already past his prime, but he still had a chin strength that couldn't be underestimated. That was because Baldomir was only stopped once before meeting Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was dominant throughout the fight, but one would think it would be a long fight. But in the 6th round, Canelo unleashed a beautiful left, which landed right on Baldomir's chin. Even though Baldomir's fighting spirit struggled to get up, he couldn't and the fight was over. Canelo Alvarez fans became more and more at that time. No one had beaten Baldomir in such a cruel manner before, but at the hands of Canelo Alvarez, Baldomir suffered a major defeat in his life. But what's even sadder is that Baldomir had to be jailed for sexually assaulting his own daughter when he retired. Versus James Kirkland. Canelo Alvarez is the WBC/WBA middleweight world boxing champion, and one of his knockout victories was when he beat James Kirkland while fighting in Texas on May 9, 2015. At that time, they were fighting in the middleweight class, and those were Alvarez's 3 warm-up duels when he returned to the main stage after he was defeated by Floyd Mayweather Jr. This match can be called a massacre because James Kirkland, a boxer from America who has a mini technique but has maximum guts, became the butt of a boxing star from Mexico, Canelo Alvarez. In the fight, Kirkland immediately rained Alvarez with hard punches, but it was Alvarez who was able to bring him down in the 1st round. Even though Kirkland was able to get up in the 2nd round, Alvarez was also able to land hard hits at Kirkland. In the 3rd round, where Canelo Alvarez brought down James Kirkland twice. The fight was stopped by the referee after a right hook from Canelo Alvarez knocked Kirkland down like a felled tree. James Kirkland was declared defeated by Canelo Alvarez in the 3rd round by technical knockout. 3. Versus Liam Smith. Canelo Alvarez takes on Liam Smith at AT&T Stadium, Arlington on September 17, 2016. Their battle for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship was watched by over 50,000 spectators. Alvarez, armed with a 48-1-1 record with 34 knockouts, is highly favored as a favorite by the audience. Alvarez, who was faster and stronger by then, entered the ring as the aggressor, attempting to attack Smith's body early with high intensity. Smith, who has never been beaten by anyone, and holds a world title from the WBO, was unable to keep up with Alvarez, both in terms of speed and power. Alvarez, a former WBO super welterweight world title holder, is back in the 69 kilograms class, after winning the middleweight title 9 months earlier. Smith, who was knocked down in the 7th round, continued to provide resistance, but Smith's hardest hit was not even able to slow down Alvarez's movement. Alvarez's powerful left hand then ended Smith's resistance in the 9th round with a technical knockout defeat. This result then took Smith's record to 23 wins, 1 loss, with 13 knockout wins. For Alvarez, this is his 6th fight and victory in a row after being defeated by Floyd Mayweather in 2013. After this fight, Alvarez will fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and then he would meet Gennady Golovkin twice. Versus Amir Khan. Before defeating Liam Smith via technical knockout, Canelo Alvarez met Amir Khan, a British boxer of Pakistani descent, on May 7, 2016, at the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Amir Khan, who originally fought in the welterweight class, had to go up 2 classes in order to meet Canelo Alvarez in this match. Against Canelo Alvarez, who has the status of a middleweight king, Amir Khan was actually able to perform well in the early rounds. With the speed of his feet, Amir Khan was able to dodge Canelo's reach and sent a barrage of punches. In fact, Amir Khan had landed a right punch in the 4th round. But Canelo was able to see a gap from Amir Khan's defense in the 6th round to be able to send a knockout blow on Amir Khan's head. The referee finally stopped the match and declared victory over Canelo Alvarez via knockout in the 6th round. From this win, Canelo Alvarez has defended his WBC middleweight belt and took his fighting record to 47 wins, 33 of them 1 knockouts, lost 1 and drew 1. Versus Brian Kamikis. Brian Kamikis, armed with a 19-2 record with 8 knockouts, who by then had vowed to beat the unbeaten Canelo Alvarez with a 30-0 record with 22 knockouts. Nicknamed the Golden Greek, Kamikis promised to surprise Mexicans and claimed that Alvarez did not have videos of his fights in the past and would not be prepared for his boxing style. Their fight then took place on March 6, 2010 in Mexico, for the NABF welter title. The Alvarez weighs 147 pounds, while the Kamikis weighs 145 pounds. In a match led by Frank Garza, Kamikis fell 2 times in the 2nd round, until finally he actually fell in the 3rd round and Frank Garza immediately stopped the fight. Canelo Alvarez managed to get a knockout win in the 3rd round out of 12 planned rounds. From this win, Alvarez equaled his record with Pete Ranzini for the most number of defenses in the NABF welterweight division 5 times. So, those are the 5 best knockouts or technical knockouts that Canelo Alvarez has from his entire career. Do you think that Canelo Alvarez's best knockout has not been mentioned? Please add your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss the latest info from Queen MMA. Thanks for watching, and see you in other videos. See ya.